Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So it's time to get something a little bit educational out of this channel for once. So I do like my fair share of racing games. One in particular for me would be BeamNG Drive. So this game gives you an immense amount of freedom. So we're talking cruising the mean streets, time trials by yourself to kick your friend's ass later in multiplayer, teach a mattress how to fly. You can open the bed of a truck. Take it a little bit of a stroll because you suck at driving. And yeah, of course, crashing. Anyway, you're here to learn how to use it. Let's get into it. So you get a good amount of controls here. Assuming you already know that the arrow keys make the car drive, let's go into a little more detail. Tap B to turn your engine on and off. Space or P to toggle the handbrake. N once for low beams, twice for high beams. Comma for the left turn signal, period for the right turn signal, and / for the alarms. M turns on the light bar, M again will turn the sirens on. Alt and U, you can hide the UI and bring it back. Alt plus N will turn on alternative lights. You can also cycle through drive modes in some cars by pressing Ctrl Q. You can just press tab, switch between vehicles, and then just hit Control Tab if you want to switch back to the other one. So if you somehow get sick of driving, just hit F to pay respects to your vehicle and just walk away. When ready to get back in, just tap F near your car. You can control some parts of the vehicle while you're in walk mode. You just need to go over the highlighted trigger and it'll activate a function. Just be sure to look both ways when walking in the street. So once you're done with your space program over here, you might as well find yourself in the back of a tow truck. If your car isn't positioned properly, just hit Control and use the left mouse button. In the Radial menu, you'll find an easy way to access most of the controls for the game. For example, anything to do with the car, traffic, save your home position, go back to the home position, brake in the car bar, and an extinguisher. So if your driving is somehow worse than sticking a deer behind the wheel of a car, you can just hold down the insert key, and this will retrace your steps and spawn you back nice and new to take that corner again. So if you're lacking a little bit on the frame rate side, you best check your graphics settings by pressing Escape, clicking on Options, and from there hitting the Graphics tab. It's best to keep your game in full screen if your hardware is low end. VSync may cause some input lag, so on lower end hardware you should have that off. Dynamic reflections are quite heavy to run, so either keep them off or have them at a very low update rate. Light rays make a big difference when it comes to the atmospheric effects, as you can see over here. They don't eat too much performance, so it's just best to leave them on. So if you need to check your computer's specs, you can just do so by opening the task manager, and from there you can see how well they are utilized and how much free RAM you have. In the task manager, you can disable your startup programs, and that's going to help free up a little bit of space and free up some RAM. You're able to do a lot with the cars here. You can make anything half decent with some time and put some effort into it. So if you want to modify your vehicle's appearance and performance, firstly, you should be sure that you enabled custom vehicles in the options, and that lets them appear in the game. Now, let's pull a Pimp My Ride, but actually make something good. You can open the parts selector through the Options tab or by hitting Control W. Here is your workspace. So from here, you can make certain parts of the car invisible if you wanted to, or just remove them. You can also change your license plate over here. Each tab will modify a specific part of the vehicle. So once you're done setting up your vehicle, you can fine-tune it in this option. You can also decorate it over here with a half-decent paint job. Now, you're ready to drive. Oh my god, I forgot to change the back suspension. So if you like how your car looks, you can save it in this tab over here. Just bless it with a name, christen it, and hit save. The game will take a picture and it will appear back in your vehicle selection screen for you to use whenever you want. So if you can't get enough of what you've just made, you can set it as your default and it'll be there waiting for you every time you open the game. If you want to seat yourself in the cockpit of a race car, or just admire it from the outside, you can press C. Or you can use the number keys from 1 to 7, and you will get different camera views. Relative camera lets you position the camera in pretty much any little crevice that you want. Just use the WASD keys and the mouse. The FOV changes with numpad 9 and 3. Height is adjusted with page down and page up. Now, if you're about the size of a bug, you can move your seat position. W and S will move forwards and backwards. A and D tilts the camera. Page up and page down moves you up or down. Now, is that better? Good. Now you're on your way, little Timmy. Don't be back home too late. So in the options, you can choose which cameras you want to cycle through and just modify them to your liking. Collisions turns the sentience of the camera on and off in order to avoid it falling through to the fourth dimension. Shift C will enable free cam. You can move around using the WASD keys, and you can just press Shift to move faster. While in free cam, just press F7 wherever your camera is, and you can spawn the car there. Now, if you're sick of being alone, I can't help with that. But if you want to make your game feel a little bit more alive, just hit escape, open the Radial menu, and then you can choose to spawn traffic with police around or without them. Remove traffic at any time you want by hitting this button over here. So if you choose to drive a police car yourself, you might get the occasional chance to chase and take out bad drivers. If they don't take themselves out first. Now, how you handle things there is your call. You can also get on the other side of the law. Just give your friendly neighborhood cop a little bit of a nudge. They're going to come after you. They're going to use roadblocks or just go into you head on. Modifying how the traffic spawns is done through the options. You can change the amount of traffic that spawns, or you can just leave it to auto. This will go based on your processor. You can allow mods to spawn, use vehicle pooling, which spawns a little bit of extra vehicles. And then you can also change what kind of traffic spawns. So as a sandbox, you're able to change quite a few things in this game. You can change the gravity, cloud speed, cloud cover, fog density, and the time of day. Now once you're happy with how the game looks, you can just hit F, hop out of your car, just take it in. So to take a screenshot that looks half decent, you can use the photo mode. And from here, you can change options to bring some eye candy to your screenshot. You can then choose which way to take the screenshot and where it's going to save. So just click the one that you're happy with. Nice. Remember to close photo mode before exiting the game. If by any chance you close the game while photo mode is open, you might end up coming back to a game that looks like this. So to fix it, just press escape, go to the options, click on reset post effects or the post effects manager if you have a custom one, and select your current preset. So the UI menu is found here. You can add a load of different apps that interact with the game or just show you a hell of a lot of information. You can also change the layout over here if you're not happy with it. Once you're finished, just click done. Just in case you screwed anything up, you are able to reset it. Just hit that big old reset button over here. So here's the easy way to do it. In the options, just head to the mods tab and you get access to the repository. From here, just choose and download any mod you want at literally any time. So once the mod is done installing, you can head on over to your mods manager. You can see it over there. And over here, you can also choose to update all your mods or just disable them to fix any possible issues that you might be having with the game. So right away, you are able to use this mod. You don't need to restart the game at all. You are good to go. So if you have any glitches in the game, be sure to check the latest release discussion to see if it's been reported. If not, try to disable your mods and clear the cache. So from here, you have two options. You can choose to do a clear cache or the deep clean cache. One of these should fix your problem. So safe mode will launch the game as if it's open for the first time. No mods, no settings, nothing. It's all as if it's open the first time. If anything is still broken in safe mode, you can try verifying the game's integrity, or you can hit the support button. The game's going to collect some information, and it's going to give you the options on how to contact the support. You can also find your user folder through the launcher. It's also where you can manually install mods, and where your custom vehicles are saved and other settings. So, this one's for you laptop owners. If you run the game on a laptop, but your frame rate isn't as good as it should be, there's a couple things you can try. Keep the laptop clean and free of dust on the inside. The dust buildup can be a little bit nasty, so keep a good airflow around the laptop, use a cooler, prop up the laptop with something when you can. If you've got a newer gaming laptop, it might have its own profile settings, so just check your laptop's manual to see how to change these. Now, you may have noticed an annoying little warning in the corner of your game. Did you know that you can make this one disappear? Now, unwrap that charger, find your nearest wall socket, and prepare for docking. There, it's done. It was a rough task, but you will be dearly rewarded. Now head back to your game, and you should notice a big improvement on your frame rate. So this is because laptops tend to throttle performance in order to increase battery life and reduce the energy consumption when they aren't plugged in. So I do hope that this video helped you get on your way. It's a bit of a different game. It's a bit of a game that you need to just get used to handling yourself, playing around with the settings, see what matches you best. I do hope that I also helped you solve any glitches that you might have had, so you can just hit up the Discord or the forums if you're still lost with anything. The links are down below in the description. Thanks very much for watching, and I really do hope that you enjoy the game.